After the Charles token mint last week, we went to the other side of the spectrum with the Hosky mint. From genius to idiot in 1 week. Crypto is all about ups and downs. Let's check that out and other news in this edition of Stuff Weekly. The Hosky mint was the highlight of this week. I don't know what that means for the future of stuff, but here we are. An interview of the unofficial Cardano mascot Hosky, 48 minutes. I think it's still open for sale. Let's check live actually. Let's do this. Yes, oh, it's almost sold out actually. 56 left, very good. And well, this interview is much more it's much funnier than the Charles Hoskinson one. A lot of tit and tat between Ben and Hosky here. Really fun to watch and to learn more about Hosky, the dog behind the mask. Hosky is a big figure in the Cardano ecosystem, and I understand that they got him on stage to do the interview. And what's great as well is that the Hosky community is very, very strong and active. So this is another case where stuff acts as some kind of infrastructure for other projects to give some more content to their community, and this allows the stuff brand to grow, connect with other smaller ecosystems, and hopefully have both communities mingle with each other. So it's still up for grabs if you want one. And well, to prepare for this, they held an X space to talk with Hosky. It was just before the mint. What did we learn that was interesting here? Well, Josh was late to the space because he was having calls with music labels. Just a normal day in the life of stuff. But that was the only kind of alpha. Then there was a lot about Hosky himself, talking about the community, a lot of talks about Cardano and Cardano governance workshops as well. So it was kind of interesting in that sense that this is a pure Cardano interview in a sense. The same thing we had with Charles, the prior week basically. So we are taking those kind of Cardano figures and putting them on stage, giving them a platform to get to know them better. And I think it's important because it participates to the lore or the culture of Cardano to get to know these people better. So there's a lot of talk about Cardano. What was interesting little anecdote was that you may remember dog breaking, which is actually, you know what, we can probably find it here. Dog breaking would be the Flash Mint series. Yes, here it is. So this book about dog breaking was kind of a tribute to Hosky, and Hosky had no idea. Like the book team just went ahead and minted the book, and actually they planned to do it like right after the Bible, but when they put it on Pool PM, like they did some tests, the Hosky community saw it right away, and then I guess they had to backpedal or say it was a test or whatever, but they didn't went through with it. It's only a few months later that it happened. So it's kind of a bit of trivia in there, but it shows that Hosky has been on the radar of the book team from a long time, and they're pretty close now. And it's nice to see those synergies between big projects. Then, well, nothing special. A lot, as I said, about Cardano, about governance. What was special about this mint was that if you hold a book between number 0 and 20, you participate in an airdrop of 500 billion Huskies. 500 billion is the total. It's divided between the holders. They didn't say if it would be divided equally, but to give you an idea, 500 billion Huskies is worth roughly 13.7 thousand ADA. So if you divide this by 21, because book number 0 counts as 0, then 20 is 21, you get to around 600 ADA per person. So not a bad deal. You can mint with the cash grab NFT to get the discount, and paying only 49 ADA for your episode. So 49 ADA, you may win 600. Not a bad deal. Actually, you know what, while we are at it, let's check on Way Up how we are doing. So let's do this. So this is Way Up. Maybe you don't know this marketplace, maybe you heard about it. It's great, it's very reactive. You can trade, you can chat with people. It's really good. And I believe they use this kind of multi-sig transactions when you trade, meaning that you somehow retain ownership. It's probably still on your stake address. Your NFT is still in your stake address until someone buys on the other side. And so what I want to do is to scroll down, because you see it's ordered by first by the items that are on sale, and then by asset name. So this will be pretty easy to see if all the 21st ones went out. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, 13 is not here. 14, 15, 16 is not here. Okay, so maybe 13 is up for sale. No, not minted. And then I think we said 16. Yep, not minted. So out of the like 50 books that 50 episodes that remain, 2 come with a 600 ADA airdrop. Yeah, I will let you calculate those odds. Yeah, so that was the big event this week. About Stuff episode 3 with Hosky, and you would get the discount with the cash grab NFT. Or About Stuff episode 0. About Stuff episode 0 still acting as the Genesis asset for Stuff. Hopefully we'll see more and more perks associated to it. Now for some quick news, let's have a look at this week's newsletter. They talked about a new system called Mirror Mirror to streamline internal operations. I thought that was supposed to be Stuff Studio, but I guess they had some roadblocks in there, so they developed Mirror Mirror instead, which is part of Stuff Studio. So, well, we'll see if they can power through those things, but at least they're building little by little. Then they are brainstorming to expand the toolsets for creators, and very interesting auction capabilities. And this makes a lot of sense for collectibles, because maybe what's the point of selling hundreds of collectibles? It makes sense for books because you want people to read them, but I can definitely imagine a unique maybe book that comes with a video embedded, or imagine a unique music album that has a song that is only this album has it. Some kind of extra exclusive B-side. I can see the potential there. And it's interesting because auction capabilities, meaning that this will be directly on the Book and Stuff websites. So I wonder from a technical perspective how this will be handled. Then they're talking about the transition to Kubernetes. So this is just to make the infrastructure stronger, to handle more traffic, and when that is done, the View3 app will be onboarded. So those two have some kind of dependency going on. Then very, very, very interesting. They place an order for what they hope will be the final physical proof for mint and print. Trademark. And indeed, Josh posted this on X, and people have been speculating that it's mint and print. Like, it's definitely JPEG store. Then it does look like a Frankenstein cover. Not sure which one. Maybe we can try to find it quickly on the Book Explorer, which unfortunately is not maintained anymore. But EV is looking for volunteers, so maybe you want to assist. Because yeah, it's a lot of manual work. You can imagine how many books are published each week. So let's see if we can find something here. Why it doesn't look like yeah, it doesn't look, it's really made to look for this. Never mind. But from the style, from the color scheme, it does look like Frankenstein. But why JPEG store? It's the thing that I'm confused about, is that last week we talked about the fact that when they mint a book, it's automatically verified on JPEG store. And this integration makes sense because those would be manual steps and just, it's just time consuming. I get it. But then, no, there is the marketplace on the roadmap. And now what? We are minting, or we are buying something on JPEG store, like something physical. I'm quite confused about this. I thought we'd have our own marketplace, and I think we have to have it because you can mix in some readers' reviews with the books, some comments, you can do some cross-selling, and you can accept all kinds of currencies. For me, it makes more sense. So I'm a bit confused by seeing JPEG store somehow more and more prominent. Maybe it's just a temporary solution until they develop their own marketplace. So to have something solid in the meantime, maybe. But here, to come back to mint and print, yeah, if that's it, then it is indeed pretty cool. A lot of people have been waiting to buy, and it's also another aspect where your digital collectible comes into the real world. Hey, read such book on the bus with this kick-ass cover, or during your lunch break at work. It will be so much easier to talk about book when you have the physical one, and people are just impressed by the quality, how it looks like. Maybe they will want one, so maybe you can print for them and sell them. There's definitely a business idea there. For the people who have the best covers, I mean, depending on what are the margins of book, what are the price, and so on, maybe there's something to do there. Imagine you have the whole monster collection, 10 books, 10 horror classics, and you get 10 kick-ass covers, and you sell that as a bundle. And you could sell it like, hey, there will only be 10 of those bundles in the whole world, because I'm just gonna print 10 times the books. I feel like if or when book collectors hear about it, they may be very interested, because it's your own copy. And actually they may buy the NFT to make sure they have the only physical copy in the world. So this will unlock, I feel like, another part of the business. And if this is the final proof they're doing for mint and print, I don't know, maybe we can get it this year. Perfect Christmas present. All right. And Then they ended the newsletter by saying that this USD value of the bookshelf, they had some issues during testing, is doing too many calls, because you have to imagine that the app is basically pinging the blockchain for every asset, every collection. Okay, what is the floor price? We have more than 350 assets, like different collections. So it's a lot of back and forth. They are working on optimizing this. So, yeah, I feel like it's the running joke, this USD bookshelf value. So I'm not gonna comment any further. Another news I wanted to share that was visible probably only on Discord is the claiming portal to claim your rewards, your stuff rewards. There was an issue that it wasn't calculating or displaying the rewards after the Chang hard fork, which was epoch 503, I believe, or 504. And now this is fixed. They had to work with Maestro, the third-party blockchain information provider, and they worked it through. Now it is visible. Wow, I made a shit ton of book, stuff token in this last epoch. Oh, very nice. So here we are, this is fixed, you can claim your rewards again. And while we are talking about staking and claiming and everything, when it comes to Ledger and cold wallets, it is still not possible to read your books or watch your videos if they are stored on a Ledger wallet. Apparently, there's still work to do on stuff side. So Eternal had to modify the way they work, which they did, I believe, and now it's on the stuff side to adapt to be able to connect both sides. Yeah. So hopefully it won't be too long. It's on their list, and that will be much better. I'd rather have access to my whole library in my Ledger rather than sending to my hot wallet every time. I want to keep my precious assets safe. New releases this week. We already talked about stuff episode 3, so I'm not gonna get back to it, but we're gonna look on the book side with 10 books from a publisher. I think something to do with the Southern Baptist Convention. So more religious type of books, 10 of them, starting here, spiritual warfare in the storyline of scripture, until this one, the cradle, the cross, and the crown. So if you're interested in this type of books, they're here for the taking. Price-wise, I think it's pretty wide. Okay, this one is 20 USD, and this one is 64. So it's triple the price. It looks quite specific. I'm sure very interesting for the people who are into this kind of topics, maybe studying theology or things like that. So hey, we're just putting stuff on the shelves for people to find, and these are the 10 books that should have gone through Stuff Studio, and it looks like no, they didn't get there quiet. So it was mirror instead, but at least hey, they tested, they got something out of it, so that's positive. Then we got the 2 prophecies of Nostradamus with pretty cool covers. How much was this one? Only 24 ADA if you had the Bible. Nice to see some love for the Gutenberg Bible. Oh, this one is creepy. Is it Lord of the Rings? I know I didn't read the prophecies, but I wonder if such thing really comes up. Yeah, the end of the world, definitely. Okay. Is this sold out? Doesn't look like it, because we can still buy here. Alright. Well, let's have a quick look. How many were those? 400 books, and yeah, 245 sold. So a bit more than than half. Okay. Then we had a fan favorite, the story of Dr. Dolittle, this time the audiobook version. This was a big hit when it came out as an ebook. I don't remember what was the minting price, but I do remember the floor price on secondary going up to 600 ADA, which is quite big. I think at the time all the covers were unique, so it helped with that. Okay, we are putting headphones on on every animal. Oh, this one is kind of funny with the pyramids in the background. Price wise, 29 ADA if you have Alice in Wonderland. So again, giving some perk to this first audiobook on Cardano. And yeah, here it was not only one of ones, but still pretty cool art, and definitely something that we can listen to. A classic and a banned book for some reason that eludes me. And finally, on Friday we had a flash mint. It's been a while. So My Lady in Nicotine, a study in smoke, by the author of Peter Pan. So quite the diverse author in there. Yeah, the covers are what they are. Yeah, the ones with the skull are really cool. I like this theme, Pipe Dreams. I like the pun in there. And is that sold out? I want to say yes. Yep, it is fully sold out, 420 copies. And it was 25 ADA, so pretty accessible, or 17 if you had moving pictures, which was the prior flash mint. So actually, when you look at this, we got 13 new releases this week, which is pretty packed, and great to see some classics in there, and some things that are more specialized. We used to have those IT books before, those romance books as well. So it looks like work with publishers is still ongoing, and we are putting more things on the shelves. This is really important. You don't want people to come into a store and find that nothing is available. So good to see, and I assume next week we'll see something similar, maybe another bulk mint on a different topic, maybe. On the Stuff USD chart, we are plus 14% on the 7-day. We've got a pretty good volume, and well, looks like we have some resistance here at 1.25 cents. Now going back up, but going back down, sorry, but not so significantly. And if you wonder what was this candle here, I assume it was that someone put 53,000 USD zapped in. Wow. I wonder who that was. Is it a publisher who needs stuff tokens? Is it someone who just discovered the project? But it's very, very high. $53,000, can you imagine? That amount of money. And can you imagine if we go back to all-time highs, which were around 4 cents? So basically multiply their money by 3, which is definitely not a bad deal if we ever get back there. In terms of holders, I think we lost a bit since last week, but still holding above 10,000. So yeah, good week for the Stuff token. Hey, maybe some Hosky people got on it after they looked deeper into the project, or maybe hey, those music labels they're talking with, or who knows, maybe employees of the music label are also looking into it, maybe thinking that hey, I'm not accusing of insider information, just saying that if I would work for a music label and they say, hey, we're looking into that project and I'm into crypto, I would also look into that project. But it's full speculation though, of course. Then let's have a look at the Charles token as well. Beautiful hockey stick. So the mint was 1 cent, so it was here, but for some reason at the beginning people were trading much more. So if we just look at the 1 cent as a baseline, yeah, we are down 32%. Here it's not moving so much. 1,000 holders, not shabby. What's gonna happen with this? I don't know. Some people are pushing it on X, sure. I'm pretty sure it was announced that the team was ironing out the details about the prices for the top holders, so not me, but maybe that will also have some impact. Maybe we'll also get information about, okay, what can we trade those tokens for? And once Charles comes back from Japan, maybe he's gonna talk about it again, or maybe not, I don't know. But I don't want to say it's holding, but somehow it's funny that it does look like there is a support area at 0.68 cent. So that's how it is. I'm following it for now. I'm not sure if I'll come back to it every week. It depends if we get any news about that. And that's it for this week. As I said, pretty chill, although 13 books, I believe, and 1 video. So stuff was put on the blockchain, definitely. Technically, looks like it's slowing down a bit. I mean, slowing down, having some roadblocks. Stuff Studio, they didn't get there apparently to publish those 10 books. Kubernetes still going on. View 3 waiting in the background. USD bookshelf value. Yeah, they're hitting some obstacles in there too. But hey, everything is temporary. They're powering through. They did fix some stuff like the claiming portal to be able to claim the rewards after the Chang hard fork. So hey, just a matter of time. They have an excellent dev team. They're gonna get through it. We hear also a lot about music labels. It's been maybe a month or so. OG Rumor Train says that they're in talks with Universal. I didn't get that from anywhere, but maybe I missed it. But hey, they said there is a music label who wants the DRM aspect, so the security anti-piracy aspect, to be stronger, and they are working on it. So I can only imagine that is someone who has a lot to lose if it's not properly protected. So it might be someone pretty big. Speculation. We'll see what's coming in the following weeks. In the meantime, let's just chill and enjoy the ride. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the support, and I'll see you next week.